Ladies and gentlemen, please take a seat. The slaughter is in motion. Welcome to Celluloid Slaughter with your hosts, James and Joe.
So,
Jim, I'm sorry. It's been a couple weeks.
it's been a bit of time for
I've
us.
been working on something, a theory of mine, but
There's a lot of... Joe, there's a poster board you have here with a lot of, like, red yarn tied around.
yes,
just going
I
around
did go
all
to
over the place.
Joanne Fabrics and get yarn.
I'm glad that you specified that you went to Joanne Fabrics. to
We're
get
not
the yarn.
sponsored.
There's pictures of Rami Malek, Jared Leto, and Denzel Washington.
And those other two people, I will have to explain who they are.
Yeah, Joe. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am your host, Jimmy, and this is my co-host.
Joe, welcome to Celluloid Slaughter.
Welcome to Celluloid Slaughter.
Welcome to Celluloid Slaughter.
It's been a bit of time since we recorded, and the last time we did anything, we had watched the movie The Little Things, which, for people that off podcast, me and Joe, we had talked about it, and we were kind of excited for this movie for a while. We had our own theory for what was going to happen because of the trailers and everything, and that Denzel was going to be the killer.
I worked up many theories many times watching the trailer, and I really hated that they showed Denzel with the bags of
With the
trash
bags, with
around
the,
him with
his
the
face
gloves
like
on.
being so stressed in
And
that
then
one
there's
shot.
that scene where he's in a diner and she says, "I don't like the look in your eye." I'm like, "Oh, great, she
Right.
knows something about him."
It just feels like a movie where it's like he's a killer type thing, but
He is the prestige casting too when they do it with movies.
Right.
They always get the prestige actor in the role where you don't suspect him of being the bad guy, but then it turns out in the twist that that twist where the prestige actor is the bad guy.
Right, Rami Malek, even in interviews for it and like behind the scenes, was like, it was really great being able to work with Denzel. You know, he's one of the titans of acting. It's like, you know, everyone knows Denzel.
Yes.
He's the guy and everything. It's like, he's the big name for this and everything.
So I've watched this movie many times.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning for sure.
We've only talked about stuff that's been in the trailer so far, but...
Yes. But there's a problem. I'll get to that later.
Right.
So, I had a theory that was either Denzel Washington or Rami Malek as the villain.
Right.
The secret killer. Murdering women in the streets.
It would be very convenient for Rami Malek to be the villain.
Rami Malek even fits the size, profile, and look of the killer in the opening chase sequence.
Right.
His jawline. His whole face is there.
Rami Malek has a silhouette and a face that you can't forget.
I saw like the guy clean shaven chasing the woman through the desert, and I was like, oh, it's not Jared Leto.
That's not Denzel. That's not Jared.
Yeah, I was like, we're in for something different. I was like, okay, this is gonna be like Zodiac, where you can't really tell who the killer is until like the mysterious ending, the ambiguous.
The very end when Jake Gyllenhaal walks into the store and looks directly at him, and just kind of does like a knowing nod, and the guy's like, ah, fuck.
Probably, I'm gonna just go on a limb and say that's my favorite David Fincher movie.
It's a really good movie. I want to.
It's slow.
It's on HBO Max, so I really want to rewatch it.
Watch it on HBO Max. It's a very slow movie, but there's so much depth and detail to it that you just get sucked in.
You forget Robert Downey Jr. is in it
Yeah.
until you like watch it. And you're like, oh shit!
That came out in 2008, the same year as Iron Man.
Right,
That was his big comeback year.
It was Robert coming back to the scene. He's back in acting, everyone. He's no longer in jail.
If you missed out on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, probably his best movie.
That's a good movie. I haven't seen that in so long.
That's such a good one. So, I came to this theory that when they're in an apartment investigating the murder, Rami Malek takes the bag off the woman's head, and he sees her face, and he can't look at her. He looks away, and this is common with serial killers when they cover the face because they can't
bear to look at the person that they've done this to and everything.
And he looks away so sharply. He's a homicide investigator.
Right.
He's a detective who investigates murders.
When Denzel's character had left, which was 5 years prior,
Yes.
Rami Malek's character came in. That's what they told us in story.
Yes.
What happened.
Very strange.
So 5 years he's been working this, seeing horrible things. why is he grossed out by something that should be common? And everyone else reacts so common too. Everyone else was like super passive with it, and they're like, "Yeah, this happens." We understand.
Denzel retires from that the murder with the bags and everything, and all these mysterious murders for these years have been continuing the same. Is the thing, as they open up the press briefing that like, oh, there's been many murders, and they all have the same like details. It's funny that they have the same one that Denzel retired on, and he's still investigating, and Denzel sees Rami Malek's expression. He has to look away, and Denzel looks at him like something doesn't feel right.
Because again, this is supposed to be they even tell him like, so he's supposed to be Numi? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's supposed to be just as good as Denzel, and like Denzel's keeping his calm and everything.
Yeah, Denzel sees that he has a reaction to the look. He can't look at the face, and it strikes him strange. So he looks away to see what
Fuck, I think I realized.
He looks out the window.
I think I realized why they did that though, because it looks like his wife. He's like, oh no, and it took him a second. Like story wise, people can say yes, that's the reason why.
The woman dead looks exactly like his wife.
I genuinely thought it was his wife.
I couldn't tell. Is it the same actress? I don't know.
No,
I'm not going to look into it casting wise because I doubt it is. It's just
it looked way too much like her, and it made me think, is she dead?
It made me think, okay, he has a type. You know?
Which...
It fits the profile, you know? Denzel looked out the window, saw the spot from across the street. This goes into my other theory.
Real quick, by the way, the two girls that died in the forest,
yes,
both of them fit that description. The only one that lived was the blonde one.
Yes.
And the girl that got away at the beginning, the blonde one. The blonde one survived.
Fine observation, Jim. Very fine details.
It's just like, that's something that I've thought about. Like, why did she survive? How did she survive? How could she have survived? But they died and everything. It's like, he even got their bodies like set up in the like right way and everything.
Yes.
So, how does that work?
So the blonde girl at the beginning,
right?
She made the stupidest mistake getting out of her car.
Right. I immediately thought to myself, your car is not that far from you. The keys are still in the engine. Mm-hmm. You can turn and you can still just drive away.
Drive away and try to stop another car.
Right. Or just keep driving.
Keep driving.
Why'd you stop at the gas station?
I understand why she tried stopping at the gas station until she found out it wasn't there. Run back to the car.
Right, but why did the gas station have lights on when it was empty?
I don't know.
That pissed me off when I saw that all their like little beer lights were on. By the way, that still confused me on what time this movie took place.
The very first shot opens up and says 1990.
Didn't even notice.
I'm only aware it took place in 1990 because I watched so many things before this saying that John Lee Hancock, the writer-director, wrote it back in the 1990s. And he was originally going to have Spielberg was connected to direct it. It was too dark for him at the time.
Did they have any cast at the time?
I don't know, but I think a young Denzel in Rami Malek's role would have been nice.
Right, I was going to say like 90s Denzel would have been the...
But at that same time, he was already doing so many other detective movies. And then he did that one with John Lithgow.
Kevin Spacey could have been Jared Leto.
Oh, God.
Playing the same character from Seven.
It's so close to like Seven, but like it pulls its punches. It can't do the... I don't want to get into the ending yet, but yeah. Young Denzel in Rami Malek's role would have been nice. Mm. And for the...
And then Morgan Freeman in the Denzel role, and then Brad Pitt in the...
Oh, God. But I feel like this Rami Malek theory falls apart due to the script.
Right.
And things that happen in the third act...
In theory,
yes,
it works, and it's perfect. And what he does at the end, it's like the perfect cover-up.
So I kept thinking, like, okay, if Jared Leto is the killer, and this is going to be like Seven... Jared Leto is going to find... He already found him in a newspaper, all the information on Rami Malek. Right. He says it. It's very verbal. And I was like, oh, shit. You know what he's going to do? He's going to kill his wife and kids, and they're going to be in the trunk of the fucking Chevelle. He's driving them out in the middle of nowhere to dig holes and bury their bodies.
I was really expecting the trunk to come back, especially because they kept saying, how's the trunk space?
Yeah,
What a line to not be used.
I was like, oh, did he plant something in Denzel's trunk?
Right.
But at the same time, I was like, oh, Jared Leto figured out that Denzel Washington is a serial killer.
That was the original thought.
That was the original
thought.
That was the
going
original
into
line.
this
Yes.
Was that Denzel was the killer and Jared Leto was trying to stop him. In this whole movie, that's what I thought.
I thought, yes, I was like, okay.
I
When
mean,
I first saw the trailer, I was like, Denzel Washington is the serial killer, and Jared Leto is like really into crime mysteries. Like he would be like a modern day like crime podcast, like a fanatic. And
he would have the best.
He's putting all the details together, and he figured out no, it was the main detective who retired after the fact of killing someone.
Can we talk about that scene, by the way, where Denzel kills the girl because everyone else reacted like, oh my god, and Denzel was fucking cold. He was he did not even flinch. It didn't even register that he killed her.
Yeah.
And that is why I still somewhat think he might have been the killer.
You know, especially with the ending, like his burning and of the
Right.
barrel and everything, and like
And he pulls out evidence that Jared Leto was not the killer, as he... By the way, he never says anything about the radio. The police radio to anyone.
Yeah.
After finding it, he doesn't say it to Rami Malek, which is like the big dead giveaway of that it's not Jared Leto. He's just listening to them talk about it, and he's just wanting to be part of it.
Yes.
The guy knows he can't be a cop. He knows he's too obsessed.
The guy's getting off,
but he just
looking at
wants
the
to.
crime scene photos.
Right.
He was getting an erection and shit. I really, really wish that we could see his erection more of.
Shut up.
No.
I was gonna say, I was gonna actually say he was the opposite was happening to him, because when he was looking at it, there was a moment where he actually like you could see it on his face where he like kind of paused and lost his like whole like I'm above this, I'm the best, and he's just. Like, there was a moment of pause where his, like, face and all the emotion, like, kind of just drained. And then he put the photo down, and then he picked up the next one, and he just, like, got back into that whole, like, setup. And I'm like,
because
he's not the killer.
But he was in defeat.
He was disgusted by what he saw.
He was in defeat. The photos that he was fixated on had to do with her legs and feet. And
it's Quentin Tarantino.
We're going to have to go with Denzel Washington's character, Deacon's word on the fact that he had an erection, because I couldn't see it. I freezed it, and there's nothing really there for me to see, like through the pants. But
So you'll go back through this whole movie just to see Jared Leto.
No, I went through the whole movie frame by frame.
You won't watch Cobra Kai to get the timestamps of when Danny LaRusso was a pedophile.
Jim, this is.
I'll watch all of the little things over and over just to see Jared
The Little
Leto's
Things is a 2-hour
reaction.
movie, Jim. It's a 2-hour movie.
But I will not go and prove that Danny LaRusso was a pedophile.
Jim, it's a 2-hour movie versus
It's too long.
a season of a TV show.
Several seasons.
You know what I'm saying? But he says he was getting off on it, looking at the photos.
Right. No, yeah.
What if he
I
wasn't?
do remember that line.
What if he wasn't, though?
No, he wasn't.
And Denzel Washington is just saying that.
Right. No, Denzel is constantly just pushing this idea onto Rami. And Rami doesn't believe it either. They've given him all the evidence saying that it isn't. But Denzel's like, yeah, but what if? What if?
Okay.
What if? Doesn't mention the radio, which is the only reason he knew about the mile marker, and he still ignored that fact.
But what was in that little box in the floorboards? Was there a piece of evidence or something that connected Denzel as the murderer?
The face that he made when he opened it up. That's such a good shot. That means nothing, by the way.
When he looks in the box.
Yeah, when he looks in the box, it's like that really panicked and like
there's the
sweaty
clippings
face
of everything, and I was like, oh, these are his trophies. But then I was like, they're not his trophies. They're clues onto who the killer originally was. Denzel.
And then Denzel.
He put it together who the killer was all the way back then.
Right.
He's so into crime mysteries, he figured out that Denzel Washington killed that woman. He doesn't know the motive.
You think that's what it was? That
Yes.
like he had proof that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
why
we're adding so much to the story that makes it so much better.
No, but then yes, we're making this movie much better than it really is, and
God,
I'm gonna get into more of that in a minute. But this is his Denzel's true motive. He figured out that Jared Leto knows who killed.
Because he did look in the footlocker that first time. And he got a good look in there for a little bit until he had to close it. So it wasn't like he just took a brief look then ran.
In the ending, when he throws the footlocker in the flaming barrel, it's empty. What happened to that evidence?
It's gone.
It's gone.
He was even going to keep it for a moment.
Yes.
And everything. And it's like...
Why have the hesitation to keep that? That was something that stuck with me. I was like, oh... It was, Jared Leto solved the original murder mystery.
Right, and it was like the book of serial killers thing that he had. That, like, it's such a quick scene, but if you're really looking, you can see that it says, like, history of serial killers or something. Yes. Then Denzel has, and he just, like, throws it in. It's like, that bag is just full of, like, what serial killers are like and, like, what you need to look for to know about them.
Yes.
Jared Leto is hunting down one.
Yes.
Denzel. Joe, you saying that has literally made this ending so much better than, like, it's kind of empty.
Well, the footlocker thing really stuck with me.
Why yeah, Dad was even confused by that, and I told him, like, the whole movie, I was just like, whenever you would have a question, I would explain it vaguely so I didn't give away the ending.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the footlocker, he's like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, I can't actually tell you. I don't know why he hesitated. I don't know, why is he burning it?
It made sense for everything else, like the him looking at it and throwing it in there, but then throwing the empty footlocker, which the only ever time we've seen it was full of evidence that related to the case in which Denzel killed that woman.
Real quick, I like the soundtrack of this movie. I don't like how the song at the end was used. It's too lighthearted for what is not a lighthearted thing.
Yes.
Denzel is lying to Rami Malek's face, but also, if we go off the theory that Rami Malek is the killer, Rami Malek getting that means that Denzel doesn't believe he would have been the killer. And he's trying to make him, like, believe that Jared, he's like, I got away with it.
But at the same time, I see it as lighthearted that Denzel Washington is relieving the stress off of Rami Malek's shoulders that he accidentally killed the wrong person.
Right.
The same mistake he made, he's going to relieve that of him.
No, yeah, I get that. But that's the play one Rami scene. Right. But then when it comes back to Denzel, it should not keep that music as it shows the reveal.
Yes.
Because it got even bigger of like...
No, what it should have done is the song in the trailer where it got even darker and heavier.
That's exactly what it should have been. Is that when it cut back to Denzel and he grabbed the bag, it should have had a stinger type of note where it immediately changed tone.
In the trailer, let's pause so we can cut to it. How far
are we? We are 17 minutes.
All right.
17 minutes only. That's insane. It feels like we've been talking for like a half hour.
Yes. So, we've done that theory.
Right.
And I have another theory that actually has to do with if the killer isn't Jared Leto, but all of the evidence points... He's followed it to a degree towards Jared Leto, but he hasn't pinned it on him yet. So he follows it to, open the door to a maintenance man.
Right.
Finding all the maintenance companies, then finds the company and the address and everything all written down and that one crossed off. Who would she open the door to? Someone that she was expecting to fix the fridge. Right?
Right.
Well, what if it was the maintenance people, but it wasn't Jared Leto? Because when he first gets there, I paused and I looked at all the people. There's like shady looking guys in the back. What if it was one of them and not Jared Leto?
Did one of them have the toolbox?
What?
The toolbox.
What toolbox?
At the beginning of the movie, the guy pulls out the toolbox and then he puts on all of his stuff from it.
I don't know if they had a toolbox at the table.
I was going to say, like, did one of them have the toolbox? And that was, like, the secret giveaway is that they were on the right case, but Jared Leto just happened to be creepy enough that they were like,
yeah, Jared Leto is creepy and he's the distraction. The real killer is one of his coworkers.
That's a good theory.
Well, all the evidence is pointing that direction.
No, it makes sense, though. It was that they found Jared Leto and they took a completely different path. They hit the mark, but then immediately went off.
Yes. He doesn't have the same car.
Right. Not the same car. No. Not a thing they should not have shown us is the color of that the car was blue.
Yeah.
And then they show us Jared's, which doesn't.
So Jared Leto has a Chevelle, then he has like a Blazer or something that he got rid of. Like neither car fit the description.
Neither fit the description. Neither look like it.
Both have high mileage. Okay. No, one has high mileage. One has low. What was that about?
Was the The one with the low mileage, the one that got stolen, or
Yeah, with he put the wine stain in the back. So that had like 20,000
Right.
miles. What was the deal with that?
because he was trying to get caught for another murder.
I know, but it didn't make any sense. Like, why would they say it has slow mileage when they've been fixated on high mileage?
Because that was supposed to be the giveaway that it wasn't him, is because this one had low mileage. I feel like it having high mileage is like, is that the giveaway?
I don't fucking know. I just don't know why they fixated on that. Like,
They really did fixate on the mileage of the cars in like.
I understand, like a small profile, like working your way into something, and it's something
Okay,
that
calm
doesn't
down,
really,
criminal minds.
it doesn't really need to stick.
They only fit this description alone. They cannot do anything but this.
Exactly, Jim. You need to get inside the mind of a killer.
I'm gonna go buy a new car and kill somebody to prove the statistic wrong.
Jim, don't
I've
say
gotten-
that publicly. I had dreams last night on stabbing someone to death and cutting their head off.
Yeah, because
You don't tell me that this is normal.
Because you watch Game of Thrones, Joe.
I don't.
Not anymore after the last season. I don't dare go back and rewatch.
I jumped in on the last season of Game of Thrones. Okay, let's see what this is all about.
Why is there a water bottle?
What?
Who is that lady? Why is she getting her head cut off? Whoa. Why is she burning down the kingdom?
A quick comment on that. When he kills her with the knife, whatever, he stabs her. It's not violent. It's not bloody. It's so wimpish compared
Right.
to every other death in the show.
Especially from Jon Snow.
I wish it would have been like him fucking like just
Right, no,
snaps.
he had every right to
Yeah.
like have the most tragic killing of
Yeah.
anyone that show
Yeah,
be
he should
her.
have snapped and fucking stabbed her to death.
Oh no, I was just expecting him like to pick up the sword and just quietly charge her and just fucking spear her on it.
I
The
wanted to
bastard
see like
sword
a
killing her and everything.
him
just-
like unleash like his inner self just.
Oh my God, Joe.
Stab her.
Okay,
so
so
many times.
the Little Things theme.
Yes.
It's a completely quiet shot.
Mm-hmm.
We see Jon Snow pick up the bastard sword with
God.
both hands,
No.
fucking charging. Stab her, completely quiet. Then it cuts to the violins, and like then the sound starts coming back, and like she realizes she's been stabbed, and it's just fucking like horrible. Like he puts his foot on her to fucking yank it out and everything.
Jesus.
What, you said violent? It's a I don't want her like getting fucking hacked and slashed.
I want to see that.
I know you do.
Whoa. I don't want to see that.
But I'm trying to make a good medium of like the
all right.
the not so violent, but it's still a fucking bad type of kill. Back to it.
Back to the little things. What this movie really is, and this is
Little
not a
things that get
theory.
you caught, Joe.
This is not a theory. This is a fact. What the movie is. The movie is not as smart as it wants or
It
thinks
really
it is,
does try to act very smart.
but it's not. This is a movie about failing as a police officer, and the failures of a cop never being able to solve a murder mystery and what it does to you.
Oh no, it's about two failures of cops though.
Yes.
But the difference is that Denzel gives the Rami Malek hope that he got the right guy.
Yes.
And that's all it is.
It's all about the generational failures of being a homicide detective, and each time you fail.
They both make the same mistake too.
Mm-hmm.
Rami, if he didn't fucking give
There's things I
Rami
appreciate about this movie, but there's
Right.
a lot I don't.
things we appreciate, but it's still such an empty ending.
Yes.
And the whole fucking killer never gets like actually resolved, which can be okay. It can be a movie like that, but it has to deliver on other things. It can't leave it so open with other fucking things. Like, why was the locker empty if he was... Why was it empty? It only works if you apply the theory
Yes.
that Denzel was the killer and it was the clippings and that Jared Leto was going to out him, and that's why it was empty.
Jared Leto solved the original murder mystery that Denzel Washington, the police detective on the case, murdered her.
It only works in that case.
It only works in that case.
It's like the ending music. We've already talked about it, but the ending music should have been changed. They should have answered why the locker was empty and why he hesitated to burn it.
The music should have been light when
It's
you
understandable
had,
why he gave Rami Malek the fake bonnet and everything. Good scene. understandable. The reveal is...
He opened it up and pulled it out. I was like, what the hell is that? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Right, they kept saying bonnet. I thought they were talking about a beret because they said Barrett.
Yeah, like, I was like, I thought it was going to be like a beret, like a soft beret or something.
That's exactly. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a hair clip.
Well, Rami
it's
Malek,
a hair
yeah,
clip.
Rami Malek opens it up like, this is not what she always wore.
Oh my god. What if it was just... It was a beret. And he just whispered that to himself while holding it. And it's like, then like, Denzel, like, he's just half-ass going through like the stuff, like putting it in the bags.
He went to the...
Grabs the red beret without even realizing and throws it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's the reveal. Is that he didn't even realize that they did get the right guy because he was thinking of a completely different type of thing because of how they pronounce the fucking word beret.
Yeah.
She wears a red beret.
I don't know. But, I'm sorry, Jim. This movie's frustrating.
It's good but frustrating. It's not 7. It has a lot of vibes of 7, but it's not.
Definitely inspired by.
Yes.
Before and after the fact.
Right. It was definitely a very good setup. The execution was varying levels of good.
I just don't like the character writing they did for Rami Malek in the final act when they're doing the stakeout and Denzel Washington went to the corner store.
Rami Malek wouldn't have gotten in the car. Why did he get in the car?
Well, the whole time I'm like watching the movie, and that's when I realized this movie's kind of slow and there's not a lot it has to offer. And
this is a very slow movie.
And he's walking up to him like he's wobbling up to him because he has that limp, and he says "boo," and he pulls the gun on him and everything, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
Oh.
He already offered to buy him a drink at the bar the other night.
Right. No, Rami, you're not in the right to pull the gun here. From Jared Leto's perspective,
he's not being a threat.
No,
he may spook
like,
you.
Hey, you offered to buy me a drink the other night. You want to go get a drink still?
But then he weirdly told him to get in the car, and he does it. Doesn't make any sense.
No, he does it without question. Why not get in your own car and follow?
Yeah.
The entire time I was just thinking, why would you not go back and get in your car and just follow him? Mm-hmm. Why would you make any other choice?
That whole sequence was like a total like skimming of the milk for the ending of 7, where you follow him, he takes you to the middle of nowhere, and I was like, oh, he's gonna open the trunk and his family's gonna be in there, and he dug all those holes for them. That would have been a good twist.
Oh my god! I was gonna say, what if Denzel had all those bags, and it was all Rami's. It was Rami's family,
God,
and they're all cut up and everything. And he was like,
"What is this?"
Well, I was thinking like, cause like the amount of holes that he dug, in all the bags, it's like they cut somebody up.
Yeah.
Originally, I was like, okay, I know there's a scene that's gonna come up with Denzel, and he's got a bunch of black trash bags, and there's a lot of holes that they just dug.
Yeah.
It's gonna be revealed that they cut up Jared Leto and buried his body.
Yeah. I feel like this movie puts a lot of like stress on the mind to make it more than it is.
Right.
In order for it to work. But acting wise, the actors,
casting was perfect.
Yes, 3 Oscar winners. You get Denzel. He's in there.
Denzel's
doing his usual.
He's playing the character good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Nothing over like.
Except for the scene where that girl, the ghost girl, grabs onto his feet, and I thought that was a hooker until I realized, oh, it's the ghost girl.
Yeah, it was very strange. Why you stay there of all places? But that was Sunset Boulevard back in the day. Probably worse now in 2021. But
it's such a weird.
Back in 2018 or 2019 when I went down there, it wasn't as bad.
Jared Leto was good.
The whole sequence actually, yes.
He was really. They put a fake stomach on him.
Yeah, it looked obvious.
And I thought it was so that we would, the entire movie, think him or Denzel was the killer at the beginning because him and Denzel both have the same body type because of the fake stomach.
They put the belly on him just to show that he drank Bush beer. That was a Bush beer belly. Another thing that connects him is the killer. You know?
It's a Bush beer belly. Did Denzel open up his fridge?
Yes, it had the same beer.
Was it like beer, milk, and like all the other stuff that was in there?
It was Bush beer, the same beer that he found in another fridge that that lady almost threw out, whatever.
Weird, everything's spoiled in the fridge, but this milk, beer, and one other item.
Yeah. So wait,
It's almost as if this was placed here after the fact.
did the fridge get fixed?
No.
Then how'd the milk not go bad like the other things? Was it just not as bad? It was spoiled, but it wasn't as
Hey,
spoiled.
John
as it
Lee
should've been?
Hancock, what the fuck? No, because then the lady came up to like go into the room,
yeah.
and it was probably like only like a couple days. It's sitting in a fucking fridge in L.A.
The whole driving down Sunset Boulevard sequence made me think like, oh, this is once upon a time in Hollywood in 1990s, not instead of 69.
When he looked at the girl in the car next to him.
That was super creepy.
Right, Denzel. Like,
But then
look, you're Denzel, but that girl is like not even college age.
yeah.
Calm down.
So let's see.
Was she blonde? The girl in the car?
This thing she was a little redheaded or something.
Right. I was gonna say like, does she fit the motive of the people that Denzel has killed, aka only blonde people?
No, that girl is Samantha Coromer. It says teenage girl is the character. So it's not even. That's the character's name written down. So it can't.
Denzel's character was unnecessarily creepy to minors.
Yes.
The entire movie, especially when the fucking Rami Malek's kid walked up, and the wife noticed how weird it was.
Oh yeah.
But Rami Malek was like, "It's all cool, man."
It almost made me was he just like. Did he lose a child or something? You know, is he like? But he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He just never talks to his kid again.
Yeah, they kept bringing up his kids, but it's like they're fucking grown ass adults now. According to the story,
and
why is he looking at this toddler like? You remind me of my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughters are fucking in college.
Yeah, was that like a rewrite in the script where in one of the drafts?
Oh, that's probably what it was.
It was
like
one of the drafts. He lost a kid or something.
That's probably what it was, and then they're like,
"This is just a stretch. This is us stretching in order for it to work."
Look, we have to stretch and make our own theories to make sense of weird points in the story.
Right.
Like, why does Denzel have this weird scene with these young kids? Unless...
Why was she looking at him that way in the car? Like...
That girl wanted to fuck Denzel.
Oh, God. Well, she kept looking at him, too. Like, was it because she could see he's a cop? Like, he had the badge and shit on his shoulder?
He kept wearing that uniform, by the way. Like, 2 days in a row.
But he's wearing, wearing that, driving like a rundown, blazer. Was it the same vehicle? Like, the type that,
Jared Leto, yeah.
Was that the purpose of that?
I think so.
Was he trying to, like,
That's
frame
weird.
him?
Was Jared Leto trying to frame Denzel?
Was he just bringing attention? Like, oh, I abandoned...
You know what? I don't think it actually meant anything.
Okay.
I don't think it meant anything, but it's awfully convenient that they both drive Blazers with high mileage.
Yeah. No, one had low, and Denzel's had high.
We fucking cracked the case, Joe. We did it. Connect that red dot. Circle Denzel's face.
All right.
You can tell Joe's really doing it for real.
What do you mean by that?
With these
I have a corkboard behind me.
Man, we could make a really good fiction podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen to all these sound effects we can do.
I feel kind of burned out talking about this movie.
We had something else. WandaVision.
WandaVision. Yeah, that was something.
Real quick, let's talk about that before we cut off. We can do a short episode. I'll just combine it with the last one where we ended. But
Jim, you haven't uploaded the last episode yet?
No, I've been editing. Anyways, so WandaVision, Joe. The newest episode has come out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't really feel like getting into like the theories and like all the things.
We don't have to. Let's just talk about what happened.
I understand that, but like I just want to say like people have already done that work. There's so many videos
Yeah.
on like theories on that shit.
Don't fucking post spoilers the day it comes out, and don't post it fucking 5 minutes after it's been released.
Right.
I woke up and I just wanted to check Instagram for like a minute. I looked at 5 posts, Joe. 3 of them immediately had spoilers for not even the big twist, but like the fact that by the way, spoilers, but the fact that like Wanda exited and made all the soldiers aim at the director. Like, I was like, oh, that's big that she came out and she did that.
Yeah.
Immediately, I saw like 3 posts that were showing all that. Luckily, I didn't get spoiled on the fucking Pietro twist and everything. But
I didn't get spoiled on that either.
I'm so glad I didn't. But
Jeremy Johns, I think he said he got spoiled. He was just like on the internet and like he watched something unrelated. Then the next video was
right,
like,
it's like people put in thumbnails of like
Yes, the
next video
thumbnail,
type
like-
thing. It's just give it a day and
if
then
anything,
do
have
something.
cameo, then it has like a big question mark covering the character.
But it's like you know who it is because you can see the rest of them. It's like
Alright.
who else has silver hair?
A big blacked out like silhouette with a question mark.
I can still tell it's Quicksilver because of his stupid blown back hair.
Yeah.
But I texted you this last night. It is awfully convenient that the era that we are in just so happens to coincide with when this Quicksilver showed up in the Fox timeline.
Okay.
It just feels a bit too convenient that...
I thought for sure the kids were gonna age up,
Right.
and her son
Was going to be Evan Peters.
Yes. I thought that was what was gonna happen.
That would have been really funny if her kid turned into Evan Peters and it's like, whoa.
He wasn't playing Quicksilver. He was playing
Speed.
Same
Tommy?
same abilities.
I hate that Tommy doesn't have white hair already.
Yeah.
That he wasn't born with white hair. Fuck them. Let someone be born with weird hair. It's how the comics do it.
It's not exciting for me. I understand what this implies, and
No, I'm completely on the same page. I'm excited about... Not excited,
the implications.
the implications, but I'm not excited that it happened in such a way. It's such, like... just so... No fan service to it. Like, it's fan service, but there's no fan service.
The
if
most
you
I
get it.
appreciate of it is his outfit. Leather jacket and Hawaiian shirt.
The fucking puka shell necklace, I think.
Okay, this is like Magnum PI or something? What's going on here?
Hey, shish, I have a Boston accent. What's up?
So that's a real good look. I think I'm going to start pulling it off this
Which is
this year.
popsicle. Ayo.
Maybe a Halloween costume.
You're going to be...
Leather jacket,
WandaVision-
Hawaiian shirt, silver
WandaVision
hair.
Quicksilver?
Well, at first I thought it was Magneto.
A lot of people thought for some reason it was going to be David from Legion, because in comics, him and Wanda are legitimately the most powerful mutants. The daughter of Magneto and the son of Professor X. And I was like, that would make a lot of sense, but no. Like, I understand story-wise. If it was Legion who showed up at the door, and it was like the 2 like most powerful mutants ever literally meeting at this one spot. Mm-hmm. That just so happens to be like the reality warping thing. It would be like, oh fuck, and even Legion takes place in the 80s. So that could have worked.
Yeah.
It's like future 80s though. It's really weird. It's got its own timeline. But
I enjoy the show though. What they're doing with Jimmy Woo? Is that his name?
yeah, Jimmy Woo. Somebody said this on Twitter, and I 100% agree. A X-Files themed Marvel show where we follow Jimmy Woo around as he goes through the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yes.
Well, I like that trio that they got going on, you know? They have a whole...
Darcy, it's Darcy, right?
Yes.
Okay, Darcy, Jimmy, and Monica.
Yes.
The perfect trio.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jimmy's an idiot, but knowledgeable.
Yeah, you have
Darcy is knowledgeable, but an idiot.
Instead of
Monica
Agents of
is
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
competent.
you have Agents of S.W.O.R.D., like a sword show.
We can't... The name Agents of S.W.O.R.D. would not work.
No.
But I would love for them to make an Agents of S.W.O.R.D. show now.
Maybe, call it X-Files instead of X, you have something else.
No, it's X-Files, but it's the X-Men X.
Oh, shit. Well, this is how they're going to introduce X-Men.
The New Mutant. Oh my god. the mutants that have just entered the universe and everything through the multiverse, and Jimmy Woo, Monica, and Darcy have to go and confront them all. Mm-hmm. They have to go solve the cases. It's fan service every episode. It's like, this man was frozen to death. Iceman. Mm-hmm. It's like, look at the camera. I don't know. They say something about Phoenix with this one. Jean Grey.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. I like that.
I really want that now. It's not going to happen, but it would be amazing if it happened.
But it sounds like really good on paper. Like, this is like a really fun idea.
I would like this a lot more than Loki's show. Wait, I have to say something. I was not excited for WandaVision. I was not looking forward to it. And you know, because I complained about it all the time. I'm a fan of WandaVision, and I hope it stays like this. I want it to only be one season.
Yes, it's
a second season would make no sense. I feel like it would really ruin the flow that it has.
When it comes to mutants, though, she brings those two children into reality.
Right.
Are they going to be the first mutants, or are they going to be the like just illusions of her mind when she snaps out of it to realize that they don't even exist?
I'm pretty sure that's how they were made in the comics, though. Is that like Wanda wanted children so badly, she literally forced reality to make herself pregnant.
Right.
So I think they're going to continue to be real
until the reality snaps and she goes full crazy.
And goes House of M style.
Yes. Maybe. And they do the multiverse of madness.
By the way, were you aware that Elizabeth Olsen had been talking about wanting to do a House of M-like story since Age of Ultron?
I think so.
In an interview she was giving with the other Quicksilver, she was like, the one Wanda story I want to do is House of M, but that's never going to happen. It's fucking happening here, Wanda.
Yeah. I'm happy because it's interesting for the character.
They're finally showing that she is literally the strongest Avenger.
And she
fucking
is
goodbye, Captain Marvel. You're not the strongest Avenger. You never were. It is Wanda, and it always has been, and they've nerfed her so fucking much.
Speaking of that, did you catch that little back and forth where they're talking about Captain Marvel?
And then Monica's like, I know.
Because she never fucking came back. That bitch doesn't give a fuck.
Oh my god, she doesn't know that she came back. She's only been in the world for like 5 days. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know that Captain Marvel came back and saved everyone.
In her mind, she never came back. And the reason why her mother died is because she gave her cancer from all that cosmic energy.
Fuck off, Dr. Manhattan.
No, I'm serious. That's probably what happened.
That's
because she did start swords, so she started doing all this space shit, and she got exposed to
fucking cosmic ray hit her,
killed her, killing her with cancer. And
this is how we get to Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Yes, this is how we get to Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Monica and Johnny Storm were the pilots that flew the Fantastic Four into space to go on a cosmic journey, but Monica was not as fortunate. The rest of them disappeared, aka they went into the microverse with where Ant-Man was, like in the comics, and they've been in there for all that time, and Monica died of cancer from the rays, as she was the only survivor.
So who's her daughter's name is what?
Oh wait, shit. Monica is the daughter. I forgot what the mother's name was.
Okay, well, the daughter, what if she becomes a Fantastic Four? Because she gets powers when she got pushed out of the Hex.
She did?
That's what they imply? Because they were doing that,
I thought it was that she wasn't real anymore.
What?
That when she entered, her literal genetic makeup was redone.
Or was
just
that
like
she
the
was
jump rope when they pulled out the cable and everything else. And like, where did the beekeeper guy go?
But when they were looking at her body and everything, like, oh, it's not registering. Is she becoming Sue Storm, like invisible?
Do you think she's gonna be our Sue Storm?
Maybe. Well,
I'd hate it if she wasn't called Sue Storm, but I'm okay with it if she is Sue Storm.
The only reason I think that's because they're doing like the physical and they're looking at her.
No, because in the comics doesn't. I'm pretty sure Monica becomes Captain Marvel at some point in the comics.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know the story of Monica. I'm guessing because I saw.
No, I think that's more the case, but I was just trying to think of a Fantastic Four, what they're trying to do with that.
Oh my god, it would be the best if this is
Jimmy Woo is...
Jimmy Woo is Reed Richards, Darcy is... Johnny?
I don't know.
And the director of Sword is Ben Grimm. Joe, we just created the best Fantastic Four.
So the acting director guy, he's obviously a bad guy.
Oh, no, yeah.
So
I knew that from the first episode when they introduced him, like... You look like a bad guy. You're being a good guy, but you look like a bad guy.
Well, the only you're introducing a character a character of power.
Well,
Who's
who's the guy that became the president in Watchmen? Who's the actor? Redford? You're the Redford of this movie.
Yes, Robert Redford.
This is your Winter Soldier.
Well, I was thinking, it was like, okay, you're going to introduce an actor, a character.
A prestige action.
We haven't seen before, and it's a TV show, so he's playing it up like a real TV actor. And he is in a role where he's being questioned of his power now, because he's only an acting director. And now that she's back, she
even makes comment of it and everything. Mm-hmm. Well, no, he makes comment of it.
Yes.
And he's like, I know that people don't respect my power.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that
he wants to harness Wanda's ability to have power.
Well, they were going to use Vision and make him into a weapon.
Oh my god, they were aware of Vision being stolen.
Yes. And he never brings that up or says anything about it and acts blindly as he sends her in there. It was a trap.
Oh my god.
He was trying to get rid of her. So my question is he government bad guy or is he Mephisto bad guy?
No. I think the neighbor is Mephisto.
Who?
The one lady. Agnes.
Oh, so they're going to make her both...
Because, Joe, she was the only one that's been aware. And I mean aware.
Well, she's not playing Agatha?
She called out Monica.
Is she not playing Agatha that works for Mephisto? Or is she, you know?
No, I think she is Mephisto and she's trying to please Wanda and, like, soothe, like, warp her. Because she was like, you want me to take that again? Nobody else has had that self-realization.
Right.
She was the one that called out Monica to Herb and then to Vision. She killed the fucking dog.
Yeah.
She doesn't react when the kids age, but everyone else reacted when Wanda and Vision showed their magic.
Poisonous leaves. And who would have that? A witch, you know?
She is the bad guy that is doing all this.
I know that, but...
And God damn it, I hate that Wanda
Who's her
Vision
husband, Ralph? Ralph, her husband?
Ralph is Mephisto and she's the assistant?
Yeah.
Is there an assistant to Mephisto?
Yes, Agatha.
Oh, okay.
That's a theory. But...
It's a good theory.
But who is Ralph? Who is Mephisto?
It's weird. People are choosing Mephisto, and that's a very weird choice for Wanda specifically, because like...
But it doesn't make sense for financial reasons. China.
That makes sense.
Do you know that all the money that we get from China, ticket sales, so the movie theaters take half, whatever or so, and then that's normally the case in like regular movie theaters, but in China, we only get 25% or so of the ticket sales. So really, it's not really worth it.
So what you're saying is that for once, Disney is trying to make a good product without giving a shit what China thinks.
No.
Damn it.
No.
If only.
That's what we can hope for. That's what we wish. But it doesn't make sense to put so much into your...
Right. A TV show that, like, while us Americans are seeing it, it's not about what we think.
What if we can get Mephisto and not have it be in the movies, but in you know, just in a TV series instead?
I mean, that's why fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had. They had, like, all these big name bad guys, but it's like, why are they in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, the Kree stuff, they were big in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
We haven't barely seen them in the movies.
I think there's, 15 to 10 minute sequence in Iron Man 3 that is just put in there for Chinese audiences.
Which one is that?
Iron Man 3?
Yeah, no, what sequence?
Oh, it has to do with all Chinese actors and milk. At the time, there was a mercury fears that was in the milk, so they there's a pro milk message in a sequence where I think they have Iron Man drinking milk. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm sure we can find a clip.
Down Jr. saying like, that's a big fucking glass of milk.
Very strange.
You're gonna have to drink this 8 times.
So they're doing that for pro Chinese audiences and everything. But I really don't think it's worth it, the money. Like, of $100 million that you make over in China, what, they get $25 million estimated? Then there's taxes and all that, I guess. I don't know. But that doesn't really seem like it's worth it. $100 million on just looking at the board, like, well, Iron Man 3 made $100 million extra in China alone. Sounds nice.
Because of milk.
But you're not going to get $100 million from China for you know,
WandaVision.
you're only gonna get 25 or so.
Right. Because it's also a streaming service. You're not paying the full price of it.
Yeah, but Mephisto would be nice, but I doubt it's gonna be in the movies.
It's a weird pull if it is Mephisto, because Mephisto and Wanda having a story together is not as common as like maybe a character like Doctor Strange or Spider-Man, because in comics Spider-Man sold his marriage, like to Mary Jane to Mephisto, so that Aunt May could live, and it's like that's a big point in Marvel comics. And it was like he could not marry Mary Jane after that. They could not like be together and everything. And that was a whole big thing. And it's like it makes sense for those characters, but if it's Wanda, it's like then there's this whole like maybe this is going to lead into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
It will directly. So the question is, Scarlet Witch, are they going to give her own movie? I don't think so.
No.
She's going to get her own Avengers movie.
She would be the main focus of an Avengers movie. I can
But
see
they
that.
haven't announced
Which
it.
is sort of what Civil War was, but she was also not.
Yeah. But they haven't announced that new Avengers movie. I understand the reasons why you can't just start announcing it right when the last one ended, you know.
I mean, technically they did because they announced Secret Wars.
But that's not really going to be much of a... It's going to be a Captain Marvel movie?
It doesn't make sense that they introduced the Skrulls as good guys and now they're all of a sudden bad guys.
Right.
I just got to say that. I've hated that since Captain Marvel, is that the Skrulls were the good guys.
Yes.
You can make some Skrulls good guys.
Yes.
That is completely fine. But not
a
all
faction,
of them.
Yes.
Not all of them.
That makes me question, like, in Spider-Man 2, whatever, Home Alone or whatever.
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Everyone wants the new one to be called Home Alone.
Oh, really?
I hate it.
No.
Or Home Sweet Home.
Oh, is that why they bought fucking Fox so they could take the title rights?
Like that, we got to make the new Home Alone movie, which is going to have the fact
Why
from
do
Jojo
they have
Rabbit.
to be called Home? I don't understand it. That makes no fucking sense.
Why is that a recurring theme? People think it's going to be called Home Sweet Home.
No.
As well.
Why? Why would it be called that when you have 3 Spider-Man multiverse getting pulled together? Home being involved at all?
I really wish.
What was the first one called? Homecoming?
Homecoming, because the homecoming dance.
That didn't make any sense to me.
Even though it wasn't a big plot at either.
No, Far From Home makes sense.
If it was just called Far From Home and the first one wasn't called Homecoming,
yes,
I would have loved it more.
Yes.
But I hate that it's now just a play on the word home, which has nothing to fucking do with Spider-Man himself.
So what's the deal with that director being obsessed with that shit? I don't understand.
Oh God, Fantastic Four, Home at Last.
Oh God,
That's such a bad title, but it's also funny because it's like, they're back at Marvel.
yeah. But at least I'm excited that we're seeing things, and it's like
WandaVision has given me new hope for Marvel.
I told you it was gonna be good.
You did. I should have listened to you. I still don't think Loki's gonna be good.
That one just looks fun, just because Owen Wilson's in it. Owen Wilson's in it, and just like this like campy, you know, like
it looks fun. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it.
I don't think it's gonna have the depth that this has.
I love that this has depth though. That's like the whole reason I love this is like the whole like secret fucking story, and I love that type of stuff. And it's like that would be a good thing for Loki.
The one
That's
I'm
not what we're gonna get though.
Forward to now is the
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because the last trailer they put out sucked. It was so lame.
It doesn't look...
They're fighting teenagers, Joe. They're fighting the girl from Solo.
I didn't watch the trailer.
Oh. Sorry.
I just want to watch it just like without any knowledge.
Oh, because I was about to tell you like a small bit. It's in the trailer though, so it's not like a spoiler for the show.
They're probably going to put it on Super Bowl Sunday.
So, the bad guys are the Flag Smashers. Which in the comic is just Flag Smasher, but it's multiple people take him because he keeps getting killed. But in this, it's this organization of people. They're the bad guys, and the girl from Solo, you remember she was like the leader of the biker gang in Solo?
At the end of the movie, she
like pull off her helmet, and it's like, oh, you're a kid? Okay.
That was such a reshoot.
She's the main antagonist of the Flag Smashers in this. Yeah. And they're like a terrorist group?
So wait. In Solo, wasn't the original idea when they take off the helmet that was going to be Emilia Clarke?
Was it?
I thought so.
That would have been a good...
Well, that would have made sense.
That would have been a bit interesting.
The Mask of the Phantasm type Batman twist where...
It would have made sense for why they kept knowing where everything was, why they would know where to go.
And then she works for Darth Maul. Have her work for Darth Vader. Or someone else.
I can't believe they gave
Jabba the Hutt.
I can't believe they gave them the option, and they're like, it can only be Darth Vader or Darth Maul. It's like, neither of those makes sense.
No, why not Jabba the Hutt?
An established character who has a connection to Han Solo directly. It would have led to him owing Jabba all this money too.
Yes.
Of like this whole like why Jabba hates Han Solo so much type thing.
It would have been looked better too.
I mean, I'm glad Ray Park came back.
Jabba. You know, that's he's into the sexy slave ladies and everything, and she's gonna be like his assassin,
it would be
apprentice type thing.
Oh my god, that would have been perfect for Emilia Clarke's story though, because she can't get away from that type of person. Like the snake lady in the water from the beginning.
Yes. That's
the gross.
That's what I thought they were leading to.
Yeah, the gross controlling monster, and Emilia Clarke, she can't get away from that because she was conditioned to think that.
Yes.
That would have been a lot better than Darth Maul.
Darth Maul turning on his lightsaber makes
Hey, Joe,
no sense.
let's contact Corridor Digital and get them to reshoot this.
It doesn't make any sense. Then, enough of that. I don't want to...
Yeah.
I thought that fucking Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, was going to play evil Captain America.
He is.
So he's not the main bad guy?
Secret main bad guy? I'm pretty
God,
sure.
that's what it's going to be.
But also... So, you remember Batroc the Leaper from Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
The guy in the boat in the purple jacket, the purple and yellow jacket, he was kicking a bunch and everything.
Yep.
The MMA fighter. He's back with Sharon Carter.
Oh.
So he's now an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
And I think Zemo is a good guy.
Oh, he's going to be one of those... he's going to be the Hannibal Lecter of the series now.
Yeah.
So he's going to be...
He was the bad guy in the first movie. Now he's the good guy.
He's going to be James Spader in the Blacklist. Oh, God.
Don't get me started on the Blacklist.
I watched, one season, and it was entertaining as heck, but I tell you what, how they keep it going, and they killed the main actress in the show?
They did?
Yes. I think that's what happened. So... I don't know why. It may have been contractual reasons, it's not working out or whatever. So they just had to offer off the show. But there's interesting things I was learning.
I want them to bring back Ultron, but I want them to do him right. I don't want human face mouth Ultron. I want dead robotic face Ultron, like the one that he was at the end of the movie, where it was just the plain robot. That's Ultron. Give us that, and give us the intimidating body, and that he's this sophisticated. I'm 5 steps ahead of you, not robot. Give us good Ultron in another movie.
But I think it's worth a rewatch, especially with the WandaVision coming out right now.
Yeah, Age of Ultron is definitely worth the rewatch to do right now.
Just to see where Wanda becomes as a character.
I just want to see Quicksilver again.
Oh, God. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Were you too busy to show up? That's why they recast you? He was filming Tenet. Sorry, mate. Can't make it.
Sorry, I'm already filming a movie and I gotta keep my beard by obligation. You heard of the Henry Cavill clause?
Oh, shit. That's probably exactly what it was.
Henry Cavill clause. We gotta talk about the Jared Leto Joker pick.
That looks nice.
It's blurred, and people are gonna be like, you can't see anything. He fucking looks like the Crow.
Grace Randolph said enough. She already described the photos without saying too much. It's basically he's scarred up and his face is all contorted.
Is it like a comic book one where he Harley Quinn cut his face off and then he burned it to stapled it to reattach?
I think so.
That's so great. They did that in Gotham, and it looked amazing.
Okay, that's what I think it looks like, and I think the tattoos are gone.
Yes.
We're not.
I understand why they were there. They didn't need to be.
We're not going to see
any
face
so
tattoos,
grotesque.
but I think his upper body's gonna be covered, so you don't need to show those.
That's fine.
Yes.
Literally, if damaged wasn't on his forehead,
Yes.
it would have been fine. The gorilla is understandable story-wise. I wish they would have
Yeah.
made that part of the story a thing. To
So
explain why he has the grill, because
Yeah.
he got his fucking teeth punched in by Batman after he killed Robin,
Mm-hmm.
which is such a good fucking thing, is that, like, Batman, he literally had to stop himself from killing him, but he made sure that he fucking, like, left a reminder of, like, shattering this guy's whole, like, smile, his whole character in.
So is this like I Saw the Devil or something? Right?
Oh my god, if... Yes.
Where Batman just keeps coming back and, like, fucking him up.
That's why he has the two prongs in his shoulders.
So his hair looks like it receded a little bit. Or is it just, like, pushed back and it's
Oh, I
longer?
think it's just longer and pushed back. Like I said, Crow.
Yeah, I like
It's like long, slicked back, wet.
Yeah.
It,
Look nice.
I'm gonna be honest, if it's black hair, I wouldn't mind. If he had like black hair and like the green, like that is like his skin is like sort of uncolored and it's returning like after all these years, it's finally like returning to a natural color, but it's still got like white pigments. And it's like his hair is like lost all the green to it. But he's still got that horrible like smile cut onto his face and
Yeah.
everything.
I'm excited for that.
I can't wait to see what he looks like. Joe, 4 hours. 4 1-hour parts of Justice League.
I think it's gonna just be a movie now, right?
Oh, is it just going to be a straight 4-hour movie?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes!
I'm not too excited for the movie.
Yes! Fuck you.
I mean,
The... Yeah, I won't talk about the
I
Ray
will
Fisher
have
stuff.
my expectations low. That way, when I see the movie, I will be like, okay.
I know what I'm expecting. I know we're going to see some parts that we saw in Justice League.
Right.
And it's going to be some repeated scenes and everything. But I am expecting, because now he's able to do reshoots, we're going to get more cohesive story. And it's going to be a lot more of what it was originally supposed to be.
I think he said there's only, 4 minutes or 30 seconds of new footage in the movie.
Bull fucking shit.
Yeah. that
There's a
makes
nightmare
sense.
sequence. Bullshit, there's not new
I
stuff.
don't understand how that
Because
makes
Jared Leto
sense.
was not originally in it. There is
Right.
more than 30 fucking
Right.
seconds. I don't believe that for a goddamn minute.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, yeah.
I'm glad we get to see old designs, and I'm glad that Darkseid and all those... Fuck that! There's no way there's 4 minutes. Darkseid and all that story is returning.
No. 4 minutes of footage, not CGI. Two different things.
Fuck you. No.
Yes.
Are they talking about new scenes?
I don't know.
Or the reshot scenes?
I don't know.
Because I feel like that's going to change it then.
We will see.
Like, 4 straight minutes of the nightmare sequence, probably.
Right.
Because that'll be a whole new segment that he wasn't able to originally film, that he wanted to, though. In, like, Lois's death. Okay.
I've seen some new shows lately.
Oh, yeah?
A new season of The Servant. If you watch that on Apple TV Plus,
I have not.
it has that one guy that played Koba from Planet of the Apes.
Koba. The guy who does the motion capture for King Kong and stuff.
Yeah, Doctor Doom. Fuck, what was his name?
He
Toby
wasn't
Kebbell.
named Dr. Doom in the movie. though.
Toby Kebbell.
Yeah, Toby Kebbell.
Yeah,
Kibble.
Yeah.
I always want to call him Kibble.
Okay, well that's a good show. It's perfect thing to watch while you're eating. It's like it's food porn. It's like watching binging with Babish, but
Babish.
if he had like his own like drama going on in his life about his wife killing their baby, then they're pretending to have a baby and everything, then this servant comes along and the baby comes to life and they start pretending it's real and it's all real and it, like all this creepy shit starts happening. Then there's a cult following them.
Yeah, exactly like binging with Babish.
Yeah, but like
I mean, he's constantly getting followed around by BuzzFeed.
well, there's a whole like the kitchen sequences, and the kitchen looks just like his like whole setup and everything. All the food is
He films it. There's always these low angle shots where it's from his
Yes.
neck to his
Yes.
waist.
Yes.
It's like, am I watching Binging with Babish?
Yes, it looks just like that. Like the food looks delicious. At the same time, it's disgusting.
Hey guys, this week we're going to be making this food from Bob's Burgers. By the way, my baby's alive.
But if anything, watch it. Season 2 is going on right now, and it's fairly engaging.
That sounds like a genuinely interesting story, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Then I started watching Resident Alien on Sci-Fi.
Fuck, don't say anything. I didn't get to see the first 3 episodes, and I'm going to watch them later.
And I gotta say, it's fun. But there's
It's
like
Alan
these,
Tudyk.
there's these side stories about like the Native American woman and like the drama going on in her life. Then like the hoes in the city, like
The hoes in the city?
they call themselves that. In their talks.
Technically, they don't. The writers make them call themselves that.
The characters are arguing and they call themselves those names. And there's like all the personal backstory with that and the mystery overarching like story being built. But at the same time, like the alien is also like the villain. Like
No, yeah, he wants to kill everyone.
yeah.
From what I remember from like the YouTube ad that I got, where it was like the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not skipping this.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's
the
fun.
alien kid like, straight up fucking murders Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's a fun show.
He murders Alan Tudyk, and then he watches Law and Order to learn English.
Yes, and that's where he learns everything. And I was like,
Dun dun.
it's hilarious of an idea. Like, okay, he's gonna.
He becomes a medical practitioner from Law and Order.
Yeah, starts solving mysteries using just Law and Order like advice.
That's all I've seen of it. I can't wait to watch the rest, though.
Yeah, it's on Hulu right now. It's pretty fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
You
Oh wait, it's on Hulu. Okay, I can.
yeah,
watch
it's on
it then.
Hulu.
Fuck yeah, I can watch it then.
Have you seen anything lately?
I probably have, but I've been really invested in something else I've been working on as well as a podcast that I've kind of probably forgotten.
Okay.
I've been rewatching a lot of Red vs. Blue.
Oh God.
They came up with a new season. The action is very much so of like one of the original seasons, which I don't think you've seen because you stopped watching after a point.
Yeah.
But Joe, they got CGI and they like fucking had some amazing action scenes. And the new season, it had that, but it completely lacked the story that the original seasons had. So I really hope if they do a second season for this new series, because it's Red vs. Blue, but it's like this side group and it's got like a new name, so it's its own sort of thing. If they do another season of it, I really hope they bring on at least one of the writers from the old seasons to give it the kind of comedy and the delivery that the old ones had, as well as keep this new action that they got.
Yeah.
Because it's this like fucking ramp, like just high like energy, like fucking awesome, just like insane action scenes that like have these great visuals and everything. But the story, it's like a watered down Fast and the Furious family drama.
Oh God.
It's really not the best, but the ideas of the characters that they have so far are really good. So
Right.
you know, if you like Red vs. Blue and you haven't seen it in a while, I definitely suggest you go and like you watch that and then decide for yourself on it. But another thing, Rooster Teeth is going to finally be coming on to HBO Max, Joe.
Oh.
With their first season of Genlock being on there. The show they made with Michael B. Jordan, David Tennant, Maisie Williams, and a couple of other actors.
Interesting.
It's this animated show where they like pilot like robots and everything, and it takes place like I think 200 years in the future or something. It's really good, and it's got this whole like a sort of a Spider-Verse type of animation style where it's like kind of choppy, but it's like purposely done like that. Visually, it's amazing, and I suggest anyone that can you watch it. It's really good. And the first season's going to be there, and then they're going to be making a second season soon.
Okay.
So I can't wait.
Yeah. I almost just recommended something that we're not allowed to talk about because of the embargo, but...
Don't fucking say it, Joe.
I'm not gonna say
I can't get fined.
All right, but it's a new movie that's coming out, but you guys will have to wait and see. We have our review and everything. And like
we have a review down. We have to wait for it to come out to say anything.
Yes, we have to wait for the embargo, but...
Oh man, I can't wait to be in the commercials for it.
I can recommend it. That's all I'm going to say. Sorry.
But yeah, definitely watch it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
All right, that's more than enough.
I don't want to say more.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, thank you all for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this there. Oh, I couldn't remember which platform I was talking about first. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review telling us what you think. And then just share us on Spotify.
You just need like a flashcard taped to the monitor of all the things you got to list off at the end.
I got these stick notes right here.
Is that how everyone else does it when they like remember to say everything at the end of the video?
No, they have a Google Docs.
Oh.
Something we avoid. But yeah, do that. Let us know what you think and leave us a review and everything. Thank you all for listening. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weeks. Have a good day. Say goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye.